birthday. What's the best birthday gift you could get?
Just to really make it to 20. First off, just making it to 20 in the 2 decades. But really just nothing really, just showing support and love, and I just I guess it's the best day to get ready and prepare for a great opponent Thursday. So I've been having a great day so far.
What do you remember about that game last year? Obviously, it wasn't one of your better games, but when you look back at that game against Louisville, what do you remember?
Really, it was just kind of, for me, it was like a blur. Really just played maybe 3 series, and then I got hurt, and I was out for the rest of the game. So I know that those guys is going to be, very, very prepared, and excited about playing against us, and they're going to be fired up, and we are too. So really, it just, for me, I don't really remember too much. Just really that final play that Jaron Curse made, and then the defense made a stand at the goal line, and that was kind of the only thing I really remember.
Saturday, when you hit the ground and were injured, what was going through your mind, and what exactly happened in that play?
Nothing. I was just trying to breathe. I lost my breath. The ball kind of hit me in my rib, and I couldn't really breathe. So really, I was just trying to catch my breath, and it wasn't nothing serious. Danny DP just told me to just try to sit up and try to catch my breath before we walk off, and that's what happened. I came right back in.
You haven't had to run much the first 2 games. Do you anticipate having to do more going forward? And do you think it would be by choice, or again, your decision?
It just really comes natural. For this offense, it's not really designed for me to run. And we have 6 running backs that can run the ball, and we have some playmakers outside that can catch and make some big plays. So if I have to run, then I run. But that's not my first option. My opinion is I like to throw the ball before I start to run. So we have guys that can take care of that job.
Do you like running?
I do. I like I just like the whole game. I love the position that I'm in, and that I can run and throw. So.
Go back to that long pass touchdown to Sharon on Saturday. That ball was in the air for a long time. What were you thinking as that ball was floating through the air?
Hopefully to make it. Just really, I kind of stepped up and moved to the side, and looking downfield, I just seen Sharon out the corner of my eye, and I just launched it, and he was there, he made the play. So just really, the offensive line gave me time to move around in the pocket and find an open void so I can find Sharon down the field.
Deshaun, what have you seen out of Louisville's defense?
Very athletic, very well coached, and they're going to be fired up to play against us. They're a great team. They had some great first 2 weeks, but they're going to come fired up Thursday night, and they're playing at home, so we got to bring our A game.
You guys pay any attention to the fact of their slow start? They've lost their first 2 games.
Not at all, because each week we have a standard that we play to. We're not focused on the other opponent's problems or issues or their record or what they have going on. So each week we got to come ready to play, because we're going to get everyone's best. And this Thursday is going to be a fun one.
Does this game matter any more to you because you left the last game early against these guys?
I wouldn't say it mattered more. I think each game, for me, having that experience of injuries last year, I appreciate the game even more. So each game is, the biggest game for me, just to get through it. And I just appreciate and thank God for the opportunity. So I'm gonna go in ready to play and bring my A game.
It seemed like such a freak injury almost. Just a happenstance thing against Louisville. Do you ever look back on it and say, if I would have moved this way instead of that way, I would have been there the rest of the.
When I first had it, I kind of did, but as the weeks went by, months went by, everything happens for a reason, and it just, for me, it was just one of those things that kind of happen, and that's something I can control. So nothing that I'm afraid of or just gonna be unexpected.
You're a high-profile guy. Do you like these Thursday night games when all eyes are going to be on Clemson, all eyes are more specifically going to be on you and your performance on a national stage?
Yeah, I enjoy it. This is what I came to Clemson for. Games like this, to play on national television and have people look at us and watch us play and perform. So this is the moment that I've been dreaming for since middle school, that I want to play college football. And committing here and signing the papers, I knew that games like this was going to come and happen each year. So I had to prepare and be ready for it. And I think I'm ready for the moment.
Are you the type that when you go out there for your first drive, first throw, you've got any kind of tension or any kind of butterflies and you need a drive to get settled in, or are you ready from opening kickoff?
Really I bet every player would tell you that they have butterflies, but just really whenever the ball's kicked off and after that first play, I'm ready to go. I just be anxious to get on the field and tired of the waiting and just ready to get out there and just play ball.
Is it harder when it's a night game?
I don't think so. I guess for some people it might be, but for me that I'm used to the night games, and I'm ready for every moment. Anytime we kick off, I'm gonna be ready to.
Do you think it was easier on you last year at Florida State because you didn't start that game? You came off the bench. Why you were so calm out there?
Nah, because I think every moment I'm gonna be calm. That's just the person I am. I don't let anything or too much distract me or get me rattled. I've always been taught snap and clear, which is after one play move on to the next. My high school coach, Coach Perry, taught me that, so that's always on my mind. I never try to get rattled because you never know when that next moment I have to perform and make that big play. So I can't let it be on my mind.
Speaking of being calm, we asked Eric earlier about how he would advise Mitch going into that game, first time in the bright lights. What do you tell Ray and Dion, your kids, and the skill you need about their first time playing in front of a hostile crowd out of town?
Really just enjoy it. This is what you came here for. You've been dreaming about this moment for a long time, and now it's here. Just last year you were playing high school football, and now you're playing big time college football on prime time. So it's the time to show the world what you can do, and just be yourself. Don't think too much, and just have fun. The game is simple. It's still you still have the touchdown and the ball. So the only thing is it's just more people in the stands, more people watching. So just really have fun, enjoy the moment, and just be yourself.
Coach Sweeney mentioned the other day that some of the offensive struggles weren't all on the offensive line. What are some things you can do to help those guys up front?
Just really communicate better, make sure we're on the same page, and just really make sure that we have the right play calling in, and just for me, just leading those guys and making sure that we don't get frustrated, and everyone from the receivers, running backs, myself, and the O-line, that we have the right calls, and we have this right mindset going into every play.
What was the play when you were hurt last year? What was the call?
As in Louisville?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Because you were going to your left, right?
Yeah, I think I kind of.
Did you break your cane, or
I think I
was it an
broke the
option?
chain. I think it was a pass play maybe, and I just broke the chain and ran, tried to get out of bounds, and the guy pulled me down. But I'm not sure the exact play call.
Your first touchdown pass in your career was Deshaun at Georgia, and you've missed games with injuries, and he obviously has missed a lot of games with injuries, so I'm sure you can identify with that. How gratifying was it to you to be able to get him a couple of touchdowns on Saturday?
It was just great to see him, play fast and just have that smile on his face. And, he's been around, he's been doing it for a long time, and he's one of the best players in the country. And that's what he do, is make plays, and he's probably the fastest guy on the team. So just getting him the ball, let him make plays, and and just show off his talents is pretty special. So it's a lot of guys on this team that's ready for that moment, and their time is coming soon. So it was just great to see him perform like he did Saturday.
played in some big games at Louisville. You've played at Georgia, at Florida State, at Georgia Tech, and you talk about you have this poise. Do you hear the opposing fans? I mean, do you ever hear what's going on inside the stadium, or is all that blocked out?
You hear it. You know, some people may say that you're kind of blocking it out. Of course, you're gonna hear the noise, and it's loud, but it's just you have to have that zoom focus that Coach Sweeney always talk about, and just focus on that moment and that play. And you know, it's just, I guess one of those things that you got to have that you really can't teach to, you know, be focused in, you know, while the crowd and all, you know, the distractions and movement is going on.
You ever played 2 games in 6 days?
I don't think so. You know?
How much harder is it? Physically or preparation?
Just really, you know, the coaching staff does a great job with, you know, taking care of our bodies and making sure that we have, you know, enough time to rest. But it's really just a mind thing. You know, it's just, you know, getting enough sleep, eating right, taking care of your body, and, you know, just getting that film in and that preparation in like you would on a normal week. So it just, you really got to have that desire and want to, you know, and really love the game to, you know, come out and perform at your best.
This is the 3rd straight odd front y'all are going to see. Louisville shifted up a little bit, but how is it different as an offense going against a 3-4?
I guess really just, you know, to have different schemes, probably disguise a little more in the 3-4, but you know, Coach Elliott, Coach Scott, and all those guys down there on the offensive side does a great job of, you know, breaking down the defense and making it, you know, simple, and you know, seeing the different things that, you know, each team does. And you know, for me, just to get in the film room and just see what they do. You know, I think it's Todd Grantham, their coach, does a great job of, you know, disguising things and mixing it up. So it's gonna be fun to just, you know, get out there and perform and compete.
In the first week, Ray had a big game, and this past Saturday only had 1 catch. Did you have to say anything to him just to keep him focused and understanding it just happens that way sometimes?
No, I think the guys understand that, you know, it's gonna be some games that you get the ball a lot, and some games you don't. So that's just part of football. It's only 1 ball out there, and we have maybe 10 playmakers that can make the ball, you know, make a play. So it just depends on that, you know, that game and that situation. If the, you know, defense is playing a certain way that you're gonna get the ball. So you can't really go into a game thinking that you're gonna touch the ball every play. You know, you just gotta be, you know, ready for that ball whenever the time comes.
There was a stretch on Saturday where it didn't seem like you were getting, it seemed like a lot of the snaps weren't coming straight to you. You had the one over your head, but it seemed like a lot of them were off to the side. How much does that affect kind of the flow of play that you need to focus on catching stuff?
For me, really, you know, if it's just around, I guess, my arm length, if I can catch it, it really don't distract me. But it kind of, you know, you just have to make sure that, you know, the center knows where the snapping is, and you know, so whenever we come off the field, he can get some practice in and don't make that mistake again. So, you know, I let him know. He's getting better at it. It's just one of those games that, you know, it's just a lot of movement. He had to, you know, communicate and just, you know, we try to play faster.
Deshaun, this past week at the Oklahoma-Tennessee game, one of the Oklahoma players got caught on a cell phone or something. It was put on YouTube about he's cursing out the SEC, things like that. How mindful do you have to be these days that everybody's got a potential camera and they could be aiming it at you and get you in any kind of moment, positive or negative?
You know, for myself, I always try to do things right all the time, and just, you know, whatever I'm doing now is gonna hurt me in the future. And so, you know, I try to just live in a moment and make sure that, you know, I'm doing what's gonna help me out in a positive way. And I just know that, you know, everywhere I go and everything I do, someone is watching. And even if you think you're, you know, by yourself or alone, you know, someone's gonna see it. So, you know, I just, you know, for me, I just try to stay straight and, you know, stay in my own lane and do what's right.
Anything else?